Fearless, run it up.
Man, y'all need to start tuning in to the YouTube channel, the Bengals Genius Show.
What's up, your boy Bengal Genius? Let's talk some Bengal action here. The day is finally near. Practice facility time for the Cincinnati Bengals. An indoor facility, so they don't gotta hop on a bus and drive to a schoolyard or wherever they go. So this obviously is another step in the right direction, and anti-Bengal establishment media like Pat McAfee, who's got a good show. I like Pat, but he's always all over the Bengals, talking about how they don't have an indoor facility. And I guess in this day and age, you know, with these $1 million athletes, you gotta diva them up. So it's long overdue. So hopefully they get them details ironed out, and, you know, we got to get a bubble, man, so they can practice when it's freezing cold, because we expect to play a lot from here on out in February, January, February, because the Bengals are going to be a constant thing in the playoffs from here on out, as long as their boy Joey B is sticking around. So that's another step in the right direction, and that's great news. And the new thing about the Bengals, the new angle is, are the Bengals going to sign Joe Burrow, which is another uneducated. I'm always shocked by the lack of Bengal knowledge out there. Like, I heard the ex-GM from the Jets, Tannenbaum, you know, he's like, our offense is going to take a step back because we lost C.J. Uzmo. It's like, bro, come on, man. I like CJ, you know, but he was hardly a great personality, great team guy and all that, but he was hardly Kellen Winslow from the early Chargers. He was a nice player, but the replacement guy we got is just as good, if not better. So there'll be no drop-off there, but the Bengals, Joe Burrow, will he re-sign? The Bengals have a history of re-signing early their quarterbacks. They gave Andy Dalton to re-sign him, who, by the way, I'm happy to see got a job in New Orleans. I still feel that poor guy doesn't get a good fair shake. Another one is Carson Palmer, the guy who goes around, seems like every year, to bash the Bengals, but he got paid, even though apparently he didn't want the money for some reason. He took the money and then decided to quit playing, but neither here nor there. The Bengals will sign Joe Burrow, and they will extend him, and he's going to have to be probably the highest paid quarterback for that 10-second window until the next guy gets it. It's going to be interesting how these contracts work. There's, you know, because you got teams like Cleveland that signed that goofball Deshaun Watson with a fat contract, and you know, he really doesn't have that much of a resume, and he's the highest paid QB now, and every other guy's like, wait a minute now. You know, Deshaun, the Cleveland Browns are a complete joke of an organization at this point. I can honestly say I've been to 40 different masseuses. I really have. They got some at the gym. They've got a place called La Vida Massage, and I don't think it's that strange to have 40 different masseuses. You're talking over, 30 years or whatever. The strange part is if 22 of my masseuses all got together and said I was doing shady stuff, that would be the part that I would have a hard time believing. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty big conspiracy. The guy's a creep. You know, the NFL, I don't know what they're going to do, but they have a PR disaster on their hands, because if you watch the deposition, the guy is guilty of something. I don't know, even if it's consensual, okay? It is kind of weird to go around to 40 different Craigslist hoochie mamas and doing whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. Some guy's got that compulsion. It's like Bill Cosby. He didn't just want to have sex or rape. He liked drugging and raping. That was his favorite. So, I don't know, man. People get their hang-ups. Who knows? But the dude's obviously got some issues that need to be ironed out. But that's the Cleveland's guy. That's who Cleveland Browns are, hitch their wagon to, and that's it. Now they got Baker Mayfield. They can't even give him away. They want a second rounder, and someone takes some of his deal, and everyone's like, I don't know, it's a little steep for old State Farm guy. So he's really being put in a bad spot. It's just a gross mess in Cleveland. I don't know, man. Cleveland's just a disaster. But back to the Bengals. They're going to be starting their offseason program very late this year, May 2nd, because of their tremendously long season. They played 21 games. This is going to be interesting. I don't think much will be lost. I think, honestly, things could be gained. You know, if you're a player, you could look at this. I seriously, we know this guy's got a mental condition when it comes to football, as we all do. So I'm not worried about him working. I bet him and Chase are throwing routes in a 7-Eleven parking lot right now. I'm not sweating it. But if you look at it from the guy, you know, this is a brutal sport, and they do need time to rest their bodies and rejuvenate and get healthy again. So this longer time, once again, makes us a very attractive destination for free agents. I love our 3 offensive linemen, kiss and hugs. I still would like to bring Quentin Spain back. Love that guy. This is going to be tricky, though, because the Bengals, with their shelling out this money on the O-line, you would like to think some of these guys that we're drafting, that one guy could develop into a starting guard, you know, but I still say don't risk it. Bring back Quentin Spain. I feel bad for him, man, because he did play bad. You know, he's definitely the top 2 offensive linemen on the line last year. I believe PFF had him ranked 9th during that Raiders game. I watched that this morning like a psycho, and but he was a 9th ranked PFF guard, so that's pretty dominant, especially for that line. So they got to pay him more. But also the Bengals looking at it like, hey, we drafted offensive linemen. We can't hit on one draft pick. So that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But now that the Bengals are Super Bowl contenders and everyone loves Joe, everyone loves the excitement of the team, they're getting hyped up. Now it's going to be a place where a free agent they're out right now. Every free agent's going to try to get top dollar. Then you're going to have some older guys who don't really want to practice right now. They want to wait till right before the season starts because they don't even want to deal with training camp. So right before then, there's going to be some guys that want to take a shot at getting their ring for their resume. So the Bengals will get some nice, great quality depth at that time too. So can't wait. So it's all looking good for Houday Nation, and it's gonna be exciting. So not sweating the late start at all. Around the league a little bit, as you know, Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs, and that is huge. It's huge because they were a perfect match for each other. I don't think the Chiefs are going to win the division this year in Kansas City. I think they're really going to take a step back. Hill was what made them scary. You know, with Mahomes' cannon arm, he is not that good at dink and dunker. You know, he's really good at just whipping it down the field, and he's going to have. I expect Mahomes. He has been taking steps backwards. I think he's got a lot of distractions. I'm just going to say that. And I don't know, man. I just don't like the direction they're heading. And without Hill, you can't just throw in some kind of Juju Schuster. Him and Jackson going to be tick-tocking all day and night, you know. And I don't like it. As for Hill, the Dolphins are a scary team with that coach. I'm telling you that Mike McDaniels is going to be a good coach. I can tell the dude is sharp. He knows what he's doing. He's got a plan. But he did a little bit of a miscalculation here. It's going to take a little while to figure out Tua is not the guy. He's just a little dink and dunker. He's a game manager. And Tyreek Hill is going to hate that. And my man, he'll be one of those guys that you'll see at the end of a play, he'll be wide open at the 10-yard line and take his chin strap off with his hands on his waist, irritated, while Tua throws the underneath to the tight end for 5 yards on a 3rd and 10. It's that kind of situation. So Miami is a team on the rise, but they're not there yet. They're gonna have to figure out that they need it. They're gonna have to figure out they need a new hold on, a rude person here. Clown, man. All right. So I expect the Dolphins are going to be someone to contend with coming down the road, but not for this season. No, this is going to be a battle between the Buffalo Bills, Bengals, and Chargers. That's who it's all about, and it's going to be, oh boy, it's going to be good. We've got a long way to go to get there, but But yeah, so that's all the things I want to touch on today. Oh, Colin Kaepernick. You know, I've been thinking a lot of this Colin Kaepernick situation. I don't like the guy. I think he's a jerk. I think he's a selfish, egotistical psychopath. The fact that he would compare slavery to playing in the NFL and then try to get back in the NFL is a joke. But if the guy can play, let him play. Not for my team, but you know, I think it's kind of cool that Harbaugh is trying to hook him up with a job opportunity, like trying to showcase him a little bit. I mean, the guy though just looks like a douche, just a huge douche, and I think it's funny. I personally will laugh. He put himself in this position. All I do is shut up and just try to get better and improve. And I don't know. I just didn't like the whole comparing himself. That was insane. So whatever to that guy, but I think it's kind of cool that Harbaugh is trying to hook him up. So that'll be interesting. So Deshaun Watson, you know, there's a long list of buttholes that have come back in the NFL and really didn't do anything criminally wrong, you know. So whatever. He made a big fuss, but that kind of stuff happens. It's not like Antonio Brown, you know. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he gets signed. I don't know. There might be some team that takes a flyer. If you look at the bums around the NFL, man, there's some quarterbacks. I don't know how they still have a job, but they do. So I don't know, man. But that is it for now. That is it for the Bengals Genius Show. Be sure to subscribe. Spread the word. This is season ticket holder, Bengal expert, the Bengal Genius. Signing off. You have a good one and hoo-day.
The Bengals Genius